going on, guys? So kind of an unfortunate thing happened. Pretty sure my subframe is broken and it's because of potholes. Like, of course, yeah, this car's old, it's rusty, but the potholes, I hit a couple the last week and it sounded really bad. The roads on my commute are kind of crap. There's a couple patches where it's just absolute crappy road, and I guess my car couldn't handle it. So I took some videos of when I noticed it, and let me just play those right now. Yo, this is what my wheels should look like, right? The side's way cambered in. And I'm looking at it, and I think, yo, my subframe just cracked. This whole shit is moving. I gotta get home somehow. Okay, I'm driving home right now. And if you just saw the earlier clip, I think my subframe is broken. My rear passenger wheel is like way cambered in. And when I walked up to the car, it was so cambered in that the wheel was resting on like the inner wheel well. And I was looking at it, and one of the arms that connect to the hub, I think the camber arm, I'm just gonna call it camber arm, I'm not sure if that's the right name, but that arm, where it connects to the subframe, it ripped off the subframe basically. So that's why my wheel is cambered in, I think. And I moved the car really slowly, and once I moved it a bit, the wheel straightened out. So currently we're not rubbing as we're moving, but any small bump, I can hear that arm smacking the subframe in the corner. So I'm trying to drive home really slowly, and we either gotta weld up that spot or get a new subframe, which I'm not stoked about. This really sucks. Oh my god, it's so bad. I made it home, took the wheel off, and it was definitely rubbing pretty bad. And this is what's broken. So this arm connects to here, and this is the only thing on the top side of the hub. And where it connects to, this is a part of the subframe, I believe. Yeah, it's broken off entirely, cleanly snapped off. When this thing was on the ground, this was so raised up that I could see straight through the subframe. So yeah, we looked at it at night when I got home, and we couldn't see it very clearly, so let me try and show it again. So this is the rear wheel, where it would be this right here is camber arm, and this goes up and connects to the subframe, and it's very much disconnected. If you can see this light coming through here, this should be all closed off, and also right here it's separating. See where I can fit the screwdriver in? Right here in this gap. Yeah, that shouldn't be. So we gotta fix this, because I need to daily. This is my daily, bro. I need to drive this thing. So I've been driving a Lexus for a couple days, and I can't always be driving a Lexus because like I share that car with my family, and like the Celica is just for me. So we need this thing back on the road. So we had two options. Number one, buying a brand new subframe from Toyota. They still make it, which is dope, but that's expensive. It costs about 500 bucks, and I don't have 500 bucks. So I went for the cheaper alternative, which was junkyard hunting. So I just left the junkyard, and I got a better subframe for the Celica. We're in the Matrix. I'll show you when we get home. So in my pile of parts, we have right here a new subframe from the junkyard. So not new, but like, yeah, this is what we're going to be throwing into the car. It's not broken, but it is very rusty. So we're going to try cleaning this up and then throwing it in the car. And there's not that many videos on how to do it. There's videos talking about it, but not how to do it. So I'm going to try and make mine a bit more detailed in case you're going to do this yourself. This isn't a how-to, but like you could use it to help, I guess. So the things we got to start with, first, like general rundown of what we need to do today. So to get the subframe out, we need to take off the muffler, and then we need to take out the sway bar, and then we should have access to all the bolts to remove the subframe. It's not that difficult, but it does take a lot of time, mainly because of the rust. There's so much rust on the bolts, and I do not want to snap them because that would be a total pain. I don't have any tools to extract broken bolts. Like if the studs get stuck in the frame, that would be terrible. So we're gonna put a ton of lubricant and let it sit in there and let it soak in, and like try to give ourselves the best chance of stuff not snapping. So here's the subframe we're gonna put in. So I already knocked a bunch of rust off using a chisel as a scraper and a wire wheel. You can see, look how much rust is on the floor. It was getting kind of messy, so I put this cardboard down. And so now all the big chunks of rust are off. And this definitely looks pretty solid. This is the area that concerns me the most. I'm thinking I might put in some reinforcement steel because I have a welder now. Not that I know how to weld well, but I could try adding something. So now we're going to try grinding this down with a grinder with a sand disc attachment. So this should grind down. I decided like I really wanted the subframe to be properly cleaned, so I decided to get it sandblasted. So I picked it up today, and it's already dark, so I can't really do anything else today, so we'll have to continue tomorrow, but you can check it out. It looks way better. It's not perfect. There's still a couple spots that have a little bit of rust in the very crevices, and I'll try to get that with something by hand, but overall it's pretty good. This cost me like $100. I hope it was worth it. I also did the camber arms as well. We're gonna paint this in the morning. It's got a really rough texture to it. It's the next morning, more like noon, I guess. But yeah, so we're starting to paint the pieces I got. So these are the camber arms. I painted them silver. It is really tricky to paint because it's so cold right now. It was snowing just earlier. You can see on the car, just a little bit. It's currently, I think, -3. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but like it's cold. It's below freezing, so it's very tricky to paint because I don't know if the paint's gonna last very well or if it's gonna stick. Here's the subframe. Now looking over it, I realized the place I took it to didn't do a great job. There's some spots they definitely missed. So before we paint this, we're going to try and sand those areas by hand. So you can see in there. And there's also, yeah, right here, they missed quite a bit right here. It's just so annoying doing this in the cold. Literally last week it was like +10, +15, which is like nice weather. You can go out in a sweater in that type of weather. Now it's like, this is such This is the life, man. This is the life of working on old cars. You get shit that just rusts.
This thing's been great to me, but god damn it, bro, the rust. I bet this doesn't happen like in the US. A lot of cars don't get this rusty. But in Canada, we have snow and we have salt on the roads constantly. Every winter, shit eats it up. Okay, so the subframe's in primer now. I'm painting it in the garage because it started to snow again. Very lightly. It was heavy a while ago, but I guess it's died down now. So we're gonna start taking stuff apart on the car now. Starting with the muffler. So we just have 2 bolts to take off, and then 2 hangers, and then the muffler can come off. And then we're gonna try to undo these sway bar end links. These are pretty tricky. Alright, exhaust is out. Now we have all the space we need to reach the stuff. Next thing is the sway bar. We're gonna start with the end links here. So to do this, you need to put an Allen key into this hole and then use a wrench to loosen the nut. And the Allen key keeps the stud from spinning. This is gonna be really tricky since mine looks so bad and rusted. And there's a chance we might strip this. So we're gonna be really careful here. Okay, we got about 2 more hours until it's dark, and I kind of messed up. I was kind of worried about this, and what I worried has happened. So this is the sway bar. So these 2 bolts need to come out so that we can remove the sway bar, so we can gain access to this bolt. Okay, now the sway bar bolts are 12 mils and they are skinny, and I just snapped one. And when I was getting this stuff from the yard, from the junkyard, I snapped all 4 bolts on the sway bar. So I knew, that would probably happen on mine as well. I let it soak in WD-40. I went really slowly. I tapped it with a hammer. I'm gonna just keep going forward. Also, the sway bar end link, I was not able to remove it because I stripped it. I stripped where the Allen key goes in, so probably gonna have to cut this off and buy new end links now. This is just getting more expensive. Alright, more bad news. Every bolt for that sway bar snapped. So now nothing's holding my sway bar. But I do have access to like the subframe bolts, so this sucks. Okay, moving on. We gotta continue, man. We gotta keep going. We need to take. I'm replacing these camber arms, and so I'm gonna take them out from here, from the hub. I'm pretty sure you can take it out from the subframe, but it's not that much space up there. So we're gonna take these off. I think these are 19s. Let me check real quick. That's smaller than a 19. 17. There we go, snug fit. These are 17s. So let's take this off real quick. This should be simple. Taking out a bolt that's already unbolted, but of course, it never is simple. I gotta spend more time and effort trying to take this out.
Alright, so we're really losing daylight here, so I'm going to show you the last bolts we need to remove. So I got this bolt out, and once this arm was free, you can see it's totally not connected to that subframe. It is just, yeah, that's screwed entirely. Anyways, this is off. Need to get it out of the car. And use my impact as a flashlight. Okay, this bolt needs to come out, that side too. I think these are, what are these? I think they're 17s. A bit more underneath. There's that bolt, one on the side too. And then there's two right here. One, this one, and then one, right here. There's one, and then my finger's pointing to the other one, and then the same on the other side. Here they are on this side. One, and then two. This one's the biggest one. I believe this is 19, I think, and then these are I'm not sure. I will put it on the screen, but yeah, I don't think if I record underneath the car I'm gonna get much to see, so I'm just gonna do this as quick as I can. It's so cold out here.
Since I can't show you myself working underneath the car because it's so dark, I thought I could show you myself painting the subframe. We're just using some Rust-Oleum black and just making sure to get some good coverage over everything. Now, I know this video is pretty long, and I'm trying my best to make this entertaining, but you gotta understand there were some points in this video where I was so exhausted working on this car because it was taking so long and it was so cold out. I know some people think that working on the car is like fun, but it's not all the time. In cases like this repair is super tedious and annoying in my opinion, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I know most people, if they encountered something like this, they'd probably send their car to the junkyard, but I'm not gonna let that happen to my car, and that's why we push through.
Alright, we're gonna call it a night. I feel pretty defeated right now. It's dark out, as you can see. It's been dark for like 2 hours. We almost have the old subframe out. There's just like a couple bolts left, like 3 left that need to come out, and then it'll drop. But the impact's run out of battery, so I left it to charge, and it's just there's no way I can get those bolts off right now. So we're gonna have to leave the car on stands. We got the subframe painted black. Looks pretty good. Hopefully like that paint will protect it. I've been heating up the subframe after painting it every couple minutes, every 5 minutes, so that it wouldn't, hopefully it won't trap any moisture and it should dry properly. Currently it's still kind of tacky, so I can't move it, but I think we're gonna pack up for today. But real quick, have a look at this. Look how much rust
There's so much rust, like just falling on my face. Like, it's gross because a lot of it fell in my mouth. And also, now that the camber arm's disconnected from the hub, this thing, it's so loose. Yeah. I could probably break this off right now, but I want to see what's left of that subframe. So yeah, I'm gonna start cleaning up. Yo, what's up? Okay, so it's been 2 days since that last clip that you saw. Yesterday I got home at night and I decided I did want to work on the car a bit, so I managed to get the old subframe out of the car. It was snowing yesterday. Check it out. Still snow on the car, but here's the old subframe. This is the failure point right here. So this arm should have been like this, and then that piece should have gone around it, and you can see the whole half of this is gone. So check out this side. That's what it should look like. This side's also rusted really bad. There's holes in it. I stepped on it by accident yesterday and it cracked, and now it's loose. So look at this. Bet you this will break off right now. Yep. So this could have broken at any time. Like if I hit a pothole on this side would have gone, but I hit it on that side. So yep, that's totally garbage. And here is the new one, or the used one I should say. It's pretty strong. These all look pretty good. I painted the camber arm silver and this black, so I think it looks pretty good. Anyway, so now we're just gonna throw this in the car real quick. Finally, the subframe is going into the car. I was so hyped at this point. I was also so tired because the thing is kind of heavy and I was struggling to get it in. But the car had been off the road for about a month at this point, and I do love driving the Lexus around. It's super comfortable and it's nice, but I miss the Celica and I was dying to drive it again. Okay, so the main bolts are in. This is the main one, and then the other one. So subframe is in there secure. Now I'm trying to deal with these bolts. This is really hard to push up because the springs are pushing this down. So I'm gonna get my jack in here and try to lift this so I can smash that bolt through there, and then we'll deal with the camber arm after. This will probably last. It's important to mention that I'm not hitting the bolt directly, I'm just hitting the metal around it, because I want the bolt to slide through on its own. If I hammered that bolt directly, I'd probably damage it. Yeah! 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 Got it through. Okay, while this is jacked up, I might as well do this. The camber arm. Yeah, that was pretty easy, comparatively. This is a 17, by the way. Okay. So, while I still have this compressed, I want to tighten the other side of the camber arm. You want to tighten them when they have some load on them, because these have rubber bushings in them, and you want them to be tight in their resting position, I guess. Okay, so we got one side done entirely, and I don't have enough time to do the other side right now. I gotta go to school, so I'm gonna finish the other side at night when I get back. And then we have to deal with the sway bar bolts that I snapped. I'm gonna try the method where like you weld some nuts on and try to impact it off, but it's a little freaky because I suck at welding, so I'm a little scared to do that. But I mean, this is good progress, man. One side is done, like this, it's repaired, I guess. It looks pretty nice. I want to touch up some areas, like it did get pretty scratched up. Putting it in, but yeah, I'm pretty pleased. Okay, I gotta wrap up. So I finished bolting up the other side the next morning, and then that same day I took the car to school. I had a late class, and here's a quick walk around. The wheels are straight, they're holding up. It feels really weird not having the sway bar, but we'll deal with that another time. This was a long process, but I'm just glad we got it done.